This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNN Live, and we're here at the Sidoti Spring 2016 Emerging Growth Convention in New York City. With me right now is Eric Langan from RCI Hospitality Holdings, Inc. The symbol is RICK. Eric, welcome to SNN Live.
Hey, thanks for having us on the show.
It's great to have you. So, for our audience, let's get an overview of the company.
Well, basically, our core business is the adult entertainment business. We have 38 the top clubs in the country. We also have 5 new sports bar, restaurant-themed entertainment business that we've opened called Bombshells. So we have 43 units, and we're getting to a point where we're starting to grow again. We're going to add a new unit in New York City, and we're going to add a new Bombshells in Houston here in the next 6 to 9 months. And we're currently looking at other acquisitions as well.
Cool. So this is your first time on our program, and I kind of want to get a history of the company. How did you guys get to where you are today?
Well, I mean, we've grown through acquisition. I took the company over in March of 1999 after merging or selling, my company to Rick's in 1998. And then we moved into New York probably around 2005, and that's when the real growth started. We bought Tootsie's in Miami in 2007, and grew well into 2009. Of course, the recession hit, things changed. We survived that and continued to grow, and have just basically continued to grow. We've been focused on our core business and operations and growth so much in the last year or so that we haven't really been out talking the story much, and we've decided that it's really time to reach out to the investment community and let them know what we're doing.
Yeah, because I remember seeing you guys present, I think back in 2014 or 13, and I remember it was a different name at that time. So why the name change? How come from Rick's to RCI?
Right. Well, we have several brands. Rick's Cabaret International Inc. When Rick's first started, had one operation in Houston, Texas, and so the company name kind of represented the business itself. As we've evolved over the years, and now we've moved into the restaurant business and some other things, we decided that we needed a more general name rather than just Rick's Cabaret. Plus, Rick's Cabaret is only on about 8 of our 38 clubs because it's our high-end brand with fine dining and whatnot, and then we have some blue-collar brands and other brands in the adult entertainment as well. And so the Rick's Cabaret International Inc. didn't really portray what the company really was. And so we thought, we're really more a broader-based hospitality company, and so we changed the name to RCI Hospitality Holdings.
So you talked about Bombshells. Tell me about that a little bit more. What's this new venture?
Sure. Bombshells is kind of kind of a Hooters, Twin Peaks, Tilted Kilt type operation where the Bombshells girls are a big draw, part of the entertainment. They keep the high energy along with the DJs or the live bands that we bring in at night, and that's kind of the twist that we put on it. And of course, we have a full service menu, so we cater to women and families as much as we do men and couples. We have all the sporting events. So we have about 100. Big screen TVs, a lot of 90-inch, 100-inch TVs in the place. So we show all the sporting events, boxing, UFC. So that's a big draw. And then, of course, we have about a 2,400 square foot outdoor patio that at night, turns into really a nightclub.
So how many locations do you guys currently have right now?
We have 5 open, and we're currently the 6th one's under construction right now.
Nice. And where are they located?
3 in Houston, Texas. The 4th one will also be in Houston, the new one. And we have 1 in Austin and 1 in Dallas right now.
Okay, so I now want to get back to the core business. So where do you guys see the growth on that side of the business?
The growth in the adult entertainment side of the business is through acquisition. It's very difficult because of municipal regulations to open new clubs. And so basically what we do is we go and acquire existing clubs and then convert them into one of our brands.
And how do you look at a new club, and how do you look at that club as a potential acquisition target?
Well, basically what we look for is, major sporting events or sports things. Big cities, business travel is very important to us. And then basically, a 3 times EBITDA margin that we can buy for the sales price. And we like to buy the real estate because the licenses are tied to the specific real estate. Adult clubs can't be moved, so we like to buy the real estate as well.
Okay, so and what's your background? I know you talked about how you came in the late 90s, but what were you doing before that?
Well, I actually started my first club when I was 21. I sold my baseball card collection and opened up a club, and then built a second and third club. And basically by '97, I merged all my assets, reverse merger into a public company, and then merged that public company with Rick's in 1998, and then bought out the founder of Rick's in early '99.
Okay, so we touched on this a little bit, but I wanted to hit on it just from a macro scale for the business. What are some of the growth drivers altogether?
Well, the sporting events for 2017 are going to be big for us. We have the Super Bowl in Houston. We have the NBA All-Star Game in Charlotte, where we have one club. We have 7 locations in Houston with the 4 Bombshells and the 3 clubs we have there. So those are going to be big for us. Those events that we didn't have this year because the Super Bowl was in San Francisco, where we didn't have any clubs. So that'll be big for us. As well, I think the Bombshells are starting to mature. We opened, when a Bombshells, a restaurant opens, it has about a 6 to 8 month honeymoon period, and then it has a decline period of about 6 to 8 months, and then we convert back up and into a maturing store. Both of our Houston stores that we opened at the end of 2014 are now into that solid maturing stage, so we're seeing lots of growth, internal growth of those restaurants, and then of course continue to open new restaurants and make acquisitions of new clubs.
Okay, and that actually leads into my final question. Well, actually I have 2 more questions, but I'll start with this one. From what you can tell me, what are some of the goals and milestones for the business going into the rest of the year?
Well, for the rest of this year, right now, what we're really looking at, we have a capital allocation policy we've put into place where we look at, we have for the last few years, we have $15 million in free cash flow. So we're taking that base of $15 million and dividing, into our stock price, saying, look, if we buy our stock back at $9 a share, which we're trading at right now, that is basically the equivalent of about a 17% after-tax free cash flow yield. So anytime we're going to do an expansion, we need to make about double that for the risk-adjusted return in case we make a mistake or something. So we've been buying back our stock really heavily last quarter and this quarter through today. We'll see as we move into April, May, and June, how the stock price reacts and how our model is, and we're just going to stick with that capital allocation model. We also launched a new dividend. We're paying 3 cents a quarter in dividend yield, so about a 1.3% yield right now on our stock as well.
So where can our audience go and find more information about the company?
You can go to our website at rcihh.com, or I think you can get there also by just going to ricks.com, and you can go into the investor section and pull up anything you would like to know.
My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNN Live, and we're here at the Sidoti Spring 2016 Emerging Growth Convention in New York City. With me again has been Eric Langan from RCI Hospitality Holdings. The symbol is RICK. Eric, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.